Here's the question. How do I use my Google Calendar to manage the activities in my life and my business? Let me show you what I do, and maybe it'll be something that can help you. First of all, I use this phrase, I live and die by my calendar. And what that means is if I'm going to be successful in my business and accomplish all the goals I have to do, and if I'm going to be able to meet all the obligations that I have with my family and my community, including my nonprofits, it needs to be on my calendar. Now, this is not my personal calendar. I don't need to show that to you. This is my testing calendar. But here's a few tactics that I use to make sure that my Google Calendar can help me achieve all of my goals, business, community, and family. Number one, I share my calendar. I share it with my wife. I share it with my business partner. Where's the sharing down here? I can add people to the calendar. So my wife has access to it. My business partner has access to it. And my intern who works with me has access to my entire calendar. Now, when I add somebody who I don't want them to see everything I do, I only give them the ability to see free busy. They don't need to see everything. My wife and my business partner can see everything, including they can manage it. So again, the number one thing is I share my calendar with everybody whom it is relevant for me to share it with. And I give people who need to have permissions to manage it, I give them full access to my calendar. Here's the second thing I do. I use my calendar. If I have a meeting, it's on my calendar. By the way, I've integrated my calendar so when I create a new event, not only do I create a new event, but I can also, because I've connected it to Zoom, I can connect it to Zoom. So when I send someone an invite, they automatically have the Zoom URL. And when I send a calendar invite, the very first thing I do is I put their name, Robert Smith, so that when I see it on my calendar, I know who I'm meeting with. Then I also, under my description, I tell myself, why am I meeting? And I tell them what we're meeting about too, because the worst thing in the world is to have a calendar invite with somebody and I not know why I'm meeting with them. So I put that into the description so that we're clear about why we're meeting. Furthermore, if they're paying me, I put the amount of money that they're paying me. Secondly, if I have a Google Doc, then I put the URL to the Google Doc so that I can get to that easily, all from that one calendar invite. And again, the purpose is to make sure that in this calendar entry, I have everything I know, everything I need to know to be able to make that meeting or that event successful. Now, a couple more things I'll share with you. If I need time to do some work, then I put in my calendar work on videos. And then I'll come down here in the description, I'll talk about what videos, Google Calendars, et cetera, et cetera. So I map out time. I put time on my calendar for me to do the things that I need to do. Additionally, I have Calendly connected to my calendar. And by the value of using Calendly is that I can buy Calendly event. I have a 15-minute event, a 30-minute, a 1-hour event. I have a couple other really important event types. And each of those are designed to allow the people I send that link to be able to get on my calendar in the areas that I want them to get into it. And what I mean by that is this. I don't work on Mondays and Fridays. So all of my Calendly entry types have excluded Monday and Fridays. Additionally, I need 15 minutes minimum between events. So I have a 15-minute buffer for each Calendly entry so that I don't get an event back to back that doesn't allow me to stop and pause and do some other things I need to do. So I have Calendly connected to my calendar. And the main reason I do that is I don't want to spend time having conversations with people about finding the right time to meet. Calendly makes that simple. And furthermore, I have Zoom and PayPal connected to my Calendly so that when people schedule time on my calendar, it's a done deal, new client meeting, that they either pay if they need to pay and they automatically get the Zoom meeting and I don't have to go do that myself. A couple other things I do with my calendar to make sure that I'm going to be successful. If I'm traveling, then I'd say I'm going to travel on these days. I'm traveling to Maryland. Watch this. Down here where it says free, if I don't want to work during my travel time, I have to change that and I have to mark that as busy so that nobody can get on my calendar when I say I'm busy. And remember, Calendly has the ability to get on my calendar, but it does not have the ability to get on my calendar any place where I have busy time scheduled. Bottom line is I use my calendar to remind myself, my family, my business partners, what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. And I make it easy for others to get into my calendar in the appropriate ways, the appropriate blocks of time, so that I don't have to spend time scheduling with people. I just send them a Calendly link and they jump in immediately. Here's one other tip. If I'm doing billable work, on my calendar, I change it to red. And the reason why, where's red? I guess it's tomato. And this is client work. And when I do that, my wife / one of my business partners will know that that needs to be billed. And when she bills it, after it's already automatically billed or after she's done the billing, she moves it to yellow. And that way I know it has been billed. So these are a couple of the tactics that I use very deliberately to get the greatest value from my Google Calendar so that I can be successful in my business, my life, including my family and community. I'm Teddy, your Google Workspace and Gmail guy. I hope this is helpful for you.